Greetings everyone, thank you for joining me here today. This is just going to be a really quick video as we talk about a little bit more of what's going to be coming for 6.15. It was a little bit longer than what I thought it was going to be, but the next little addition for 6.1 is going to be coming out this upcoming Tuesday. And I think that this is going to be like the last big update for 6.1. So let's go ahead, and we have the Newfound adventure, of course, and we do have some new updates. So let's go ahead and visit the special site just to see what new additions that we can be expecting. But I think most people already know pretty well what's going to be coming up next. So we have all this wonderful delights that we've been enjoying. So let's come to the first of what we can be expecting, which is Tataru's Grand Endeavor. So, according to this, as Scion's coinkeeper and crafty craftswoman, Tataru is more than cut out for running her own boutique. Nay, the true question is how the world, and indeed the Warrior of Light, is to keep up with her ambitious designs. So, don't know too much about this except that it's going to be a series of quests that we're going to be helping out Tataru, and we're going to be running into a lot of old friends that we met along our entire journey as the Warrior of Light. We have the two pictures. We have Tataru here looking pretty smug about her little boutique, but we also have Sidcar from Limsa Lominsa. So this is just something that they're going to be adding like as a special edition, where we get to meet up with all of our old friends and we get to kind of talk about, see where they are, any kind of updates on how these characters are doing, which I have a feeling I'm really going to enjoy. It's going to be nice to check up on all these old characters and just see where everyone stands. The next one we have Omega Beyond the Rift. So anyone who's done the Omega questline already has a pretty good idea of what this might be about. I don't want to reveal any big spoilers just in case you haven't done it. But basically, a mysterious transmission lifted from the flight logs of the Ragnarok launches an unexpected journey of discovery. A tale once thought ended was only just beginning. So I don't know how long these particular quests is going to last, but apparently it's going to be tying in with Omega. We have a couple cutscenes. We have Omega here in what looks like, it's not the Ragnarok, it's where they're holding the Ragnarok. So it looks like we're getting the transmission from our little Omega toy. And we do have this other cutscene where we're actually in Mare Lamatorum. So it looks like we're going to be able to speak with the Watcher again, which is nice. I was actually really hoping that they would find something to do with him, because I don't know, I think he's a really great character despite the fact that we really don't interact with him too much, but it would be nice to be able to speak with him again. So what this quest line is going to be about is anyone's guess, but I have a feeling that it's going to tie up any loose ends that we might have with Omega. And next we have somehow Further Hildibrand Adventures. So last seen vanishing into the interdimensional rift alongside his arch-rival Gilgamesh, Hildibrand, agent of inquiry, inspector extraordinaire, has resurfaced in a rather concerning state. Reunite with his ever-enterprising assistant Nashu, and that you might get to the bottom of what is sure to be another hair-raising, heart-pounding case. So we got two cutscenes here. So the first one is Hildibrand, and it definitely looks like we're on the first. So I'm guessing that his little trip interdimensional ended up taking us directly here to the first. And maybe it's going to be about trying to get him home, which is a little confusing because here with Nashu, it definitely looks like she's somewhere in Thavnar. So I don't know how she ended up in Thavnar and how Hildibrand ended up in the first. I really don't know, but maybe we should introduce these two to Y'shtola because she's still struggling with the whole interdimensional traveling to other shards thing, and this guy just seemed to stumble into it. So I'm not expecting too much for this first episode, but I'm betting it's going to be hilarious. So yeah, let's go ahead from there. And it looks like the final update we have is the Arkasodara Tribal Quest. Hulking in stature and kind at heart, the Arkasodara are known for their alchemical ingenuity and hippo carts. Follow a crew of young upstarts seeking to blaze a new trail across Thavnar's history and ride like no one has ridden before. On your mark, the open road awaits. So we have a couple cutscenes here. We have the Warrior of Light with one of the Arkasodara. I'm guessing this is going to be the main person that we're going to be interacting with the entire tribal quest. So I just went ahead and clicked on that just to make sure that it's not changing while we look at it. If you go to Thavnar now, you can actually see kind of the very bones of this little village being built up. So this is what it's going to look like when it's all done. It's going to be very bright, very colorful, just like the rest of Thavnar. A lot of Arkasodara wandering about. I'm guessing they're going to try to rebuild their lives after the final days and everything that happened there. And we have what looks like one of the rewards that we're going to be getting from doing the tribal quest, which is going to be a hippo cart with a real-life hippo pulling us around. So these are going to be a series of quests that you can do daily. So if you unlock it the day that it comes out, then you can go ahead and just keep doing it day after day. And usually at about a month, that's when pretty much everything is done and you can unlock all the rewards. So at least that's from experience. Oh, and I almost forgot here with customer deliveries with Ameliance. So if you remember, Ameliance is the twins' mother. She's still in Sharlayan right now. I really liked her too, so I can see where Alphino and Alize get a lot of their zeal from. And with the final days averted, great waves of change have reached the shores of Sharlayan. The burden of its duty lifted, the long resident seat of knowledge has begun to open its borders at last. And in the midst of such upheaval, Ameliance Levier has a new venture in mind. So she's going to be the main person that we're going to be accepting these quests from, at least for the next few weeks. And from what I can expect from this, what I'm predicting is going to be her trying to open up the minds of all of her other peers. Because I can't imagine that everyone is going to be happy about opening Sharlayan's borders to the outside world. You know, a lot of them are traditionalists and they may not like such a drastic change overnight. So I have a feeling she's going to be trying to change their minds in exchanging like all sorts of information with the world. Sharlayan can also grow and learn as well. I'm not entirely sure who this girl is. She definitely looks like a member of the Studium, so I'm guessing she's going to be like one of the assistants, probably helping out with Ameliance. And yes, I do want to say that it is confirmed that once we're done with these special quests, then we will be able to start changing Ameliance's clothes as well, her different styles, and it's going to be interesting to see, to be honest. So I can already picture all kinds of outfits that a lot of people are going to want to put on her. But anyway, I think that's pretty much it as far as I know. If we go ahead and check down to media real quick, all the pictures that we just saw are also added down here. So that's pretty much everything here for 6.15 and pretty much for 6.1. So those are the big updates that we're going to be expecting. Probably going to be getting a few smaller updates here and there as we head closer to 6.2. Anyway, everyone, that's going to be it for now. This is Fantasy Girl, and thank you so much for joining me here today, and I look forward to seeing you all around 6.15. See ya!